Thank you. some of the rules. Okay, somebody, perfect question. You're asking the right questions. I like it already. I'm new here. What are the rules? That's what I'm talking about. So again, right, some of the most basic rules so I can help you guys. Think about this. Stop losses on each and every trade. What does that do? Keeps you from losing your accounts, right? Not hard. Paper trade only when you're a new trader. It makes sure you're not blowing up your accounts. You're not obviously ready for this. Am I right? Think about it. Every rule I have is not make money. It's keep your money. Don't trade in the first 3 minutes or the last 8 minutes of the day. It's the hardest time of the day. I've been doing this 33 years. It's very hard. I get chopped up all the time and I'm like, ooh, it looks good. Oh, it looks good. Oh, I'm going to do it again. Oh, stop. I'm doing it to protect you, right? If you're a new trader, don't trade in the first 30 minutes because it is the most volatile, right? Until we get the shift change when volume comes in again at 10 o'clock. Because why? The very beginning is like this. Yo, 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 yo. Typically, after the first 30 minutes, it will try to decide which way do I want to go today. I'm avoiding you getting wrecked, right? Last hour of the day is power hour, high volume, hedge fund managers, making the things happen, trying to get markets to move the way that they want. I'm telling you to stay out of it. So if you're like, well, I keep getting burned up, why are you doing it? Right? Journal. It's for your own mental strength so that you can see what you are doing on a daily, consistent basis. That's all it is for. Did I trade it right or did I trade it wrong? What should I have done? What could I do better? That is what it's for, right? It's your homework every day. You guys can go back and review your trades and go over your journal and what should I have done right there and why did that not work out? It will help you, right? You're strengthening your brain and you're getting rid of your own stuff. Small position sizes. I say that because usually when you go in too large, your emotions take over. You're not trading robotically. You're not trading the trades. You'll end up blowing up your accounts, right? That's when we make a lot of mental mistakes. Is all the difference was we're going in too big. Let the runners run and stop out the losers. Again, notice the stop part is the most important. Stop out the losers so you don't continue to lose money. If you find yourself in these bleed out sessions, oh, well, I hope. Oh, it's going to come back. Oh, we'll see. Oh, it's coming down to support. Oh, it broke that support. Maybe this next, oh, stop. Draw a line in the sand. Use the stop. And then when you guys go green, right? You're like, oh, I'm up 100. I'm taking that. That's my daily. That's what I told myself. That's what I told myself. If I can make 100, I'm going to take that. It could have turned into 2,000. Why are you taking 100? Let the runners run. I notice I never said take all the runners off the table. Never said that. I've never said that in my life. We use the shedding technique. We collect as it goes. We take off as it goes because that way we are guaranteeing locking in realized profits. Remember, nothing is realized until you actually click, right, the sell button. All these rules are in place, ladies and gentlemen. They're there to help you. If you can't do these very basic things we talk about, right, how are you going to advance? Stop saying, woe is me. Stop saying, I don't get it. Stop saying, I'm not a good trader. I guess I'm never going to get it. Yeah. Because you can't follow my basic rules. They're there for a reason. Again, follow the freaking rules, right? And listen, I know when I get on you guys, I don't get to sell anything and I don't get to make any money. And it's just, I don't care. I need you guys to understand so that you guys can get ahead in life. This is what we're doing this for, right? So when I'm in this mode, right? And again, like, oh, I'm not listening to any of this. You need to listen to all this. This is where the secret sauce, this is the golden nuggets, not the coach, just call out that runner. That isn't going to do you any good, right? It doesn't matter. There's 8 million people in this room. We could call out stuff all day long. You could just hear us shouting stuff. That isn't going to help anybody. If you don't know what to do with it, what good does it matter if one is up or one is down? That means nothing to anybody if you don't know how to handle it. You might get lucky and catch a momentum, and you're like, oh, I'm a great trader, and you just keep getting out a million times. It's because it's been going in the same direction all damn day, right? Can you duplicate it? Can you recreate the process every day consistently? This is all about consistency, okay?
Welcome to the Aftermarket. American Dream Trading. You have entered the Aftermarket. AmericanDreamTrading.com. Welcome. You are now in the Aftermarket.
Zoom. Welcome to American Dream Trading's The Aftermarket live chat and watch party. I am Dawn, your host, aka J&J Video Reacts. And this is a stream that's been created for you, traders, to kick back, relax, and decompress after the market. The market can be stressful, and especially lately, we have had choppy markets, okay? We knew this was coming, though, didn't we? We knew that the market was going to be choppy. A lot of us were talking about this last year. A lot of us was talking about this last year that Jersey came out for a second. That we, knew it was going to cater to scalpers. It's a scalpers market. There are very short runs. There's a lot of chop. There's a lot of knife drops. There's a lot of liquidity sweeps, and you got to be fast. But here's the deal. I don't want you to think, and this is the focus of tonight's aftermarket. Success takes time. Don't think if you haven't mastered this in 0 to 60 seconds that your strategy is not working. If you're following a scalping strategy that you know has worked for others, don't veer off from it because you may not have done it right a couple of times or a month and it didn't work right. That just means you need to tweak something you're doing. Doesn't mean you need to change strategies, right? But we'll get into that in a little bit. A few housekeeping rules, and I heard you come in the back and hey, man. Awesome. We got to make sure that we're smashing that like button. We want to push this stuff up through the algorithm. We got to get it seen, right? We want a lot more people coming in and joining the group and getting the education. So make sure you are hitting subscribe. You're sharing the video out. Thank you, Doug. And you are smashing the like button. Don't forget, you can also get 25% off by using code 2025 and clicking the link that I have pinned to the top of the live chat. It is none other than AmericanDreamTrading.com. So go on ahead and click that link and get yourself signed up with the VIP membership and go ahead and do the VIP add-on as well. You will get 25% off if you do the VIP complete, which encompasses both of them. So go ahead and do it, but it's got to be a first-time purchase. You can't already be a member and then come in and try to, finagle the system because it ain't gonna work. No, I'm doing that. It's inside joke. Those of you who know. Those of you who don't, sorry. But make sure you do that. Take care of that. And last but not least is yours truly's tip jar. Palm and I both have a tip jar. Palm is backstage. The man is backstage. So it is over in the Tip Moderators Lounge along with mine, and mine is also in the live chat of this video. If you want to send a tip, it's not mandatory, but it is appreciated. So that is the title of tonight's show. success takes time, and that was the premise. A lot of traders think that if success isn't happening quickly, then it's not working, it's not happening, and we're here to contradict that. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Palm, what's going on?
Not much. Pretty fun day today. How about you?
Yeah, pretty choppy. I realize I need to continue to stay with the basics. So, yeah, I go through this dumb shit every week where I'm like, I'm not going to do options anymore. So I'm not going to bother saying it. I'm just going to walk the walk. You know what I mean? Because the cool thing is I haven't stopped doing what I'm doing in the pre-market. I just don't entirely just focus on that, which is what I need to be doing. So, that's what I'm doing. So I had a good day. I made a couple dollars in the pre-market.
Makes perfect sense.
Yep.
No
I
doubt
keep trying
about
to add that option. I think I'm ready to do better at ooh. Or yeah, I'm tired of that up down. That means I still need work. So I have to cut that out again and just stay with what I'm doing in the pre-market. In, out, in, out.
Yeah. I know we see those amplified trades on options and stuff a lot. It's so tempting. But
Yeah.
it's a surefire way to lose your whole damn account if you don't know what you're doing.
Absolutely.
And it's just so important to, Jimmy made his first millions off of trading hot stocks and penny stocks.
Yep.
I mean, I have made a shit ton off of trading hot stocks and penny stocks. And I still do. So it's the options is not the be all and the end all for
it isn't
for a smaller account.
It really isn't.
You can have much greater consistency trading hot stocks. Like not hot stocks necessarily, but lower price stocks. No doubt about it.
And doing shares and not getting eaten up by the Greeks.
Yeah.
Jen's trying to learn trading, and I said, yeah, I don't want to, get eaten up by the Greeks. She said, the Greeks. I said, don't worry, you'll find out what the Greeks are soon enough. She said the Greeks, but I said, yeah. But she understood, though. She understood because I've been explaining bits and pieces to her. But the topic of tonight is success takes time. A lot of traders think that if it doesn't happen fast, it's not happening or it's not working. And I know sometimes as a group, we might be a little bit guilty of that because we have a lot of unicorns in this group that took off really fast and became very successful in a relatively short period of time. And people think, well, shit, if they can do it, I can do it. And in a sense, I think they're right. If they can do it, you can do it. But it's not a probability. It's not a huge probability that you're going to do it in such a short time frame. You could be the next unicorn. Who knows? Unicorn. There is an I in there. But it's not the norm. So you just need to know that and don't beat yourself up if it doesn't happen inside of 6 months, 3 months, a year, 2 years,
Yeah.
And I say that because I'm talking to me too. You know what I mean? I keep forgetting Mark and I started right around within a few days of each other. And I'm like, look at this guy now. Why am I not doing that? So then I fell into the comparison trap. I caught myself doing that today. And I'm like, what are you doing? Didn't you just talk about this? Look at what you're doing. Practice what you preach. So, it's like, it doesn't matter the time frame. It's just like the process. It doesn't matter about the money. What matters is the process, getting the process down. And it doesn't matter that it takes you 3 years and it took somebody else 6 months, as long as you stay consistent in your learning, So
yeah, it's funny. If you focus on the money, it's the one thing you won't find. If you focus on the process, it's what you'll get the money.
Right? Yeah.
It's crazy. It seems completely backwards. Everybody comes in looking for the money, and it's like, well, all I got to do is like jump in, and they hear it, and then all I got to do is start jumping in and buying shit, and then the money comes. And it's like, no, you focus on the process, and the money comes. You focus on the money and the process, and you neglect the process, the money goes away. It's completely backwards.
Did I tell you? I think I told you I was a soup at a long distance company a long time ago, and I used to train my reps to stop thinking about their bone. Like we got paid off of how many lines we switched over. We converted from, we did small business accounts. So however many lines you got them to switch over to this service from the other service, you got paid a bonus. And if you hit 100% the plan, great, you got your regular hourly plus maybe a couple $100 bonus. Well, if the higher you went, and I mean, we had people hitting 200% the plan, 250%, and those were the heavy hitters. They were bringing in commas every 2 weeks, right? But they would try to focus on the lines. Like if a customer had one line, eh, I'm gonna try to bypass that call. Why are you bypassing that call? This goes back to base hits matter. That is one line that adds up. Why are you trying to only cherry pick calls and only try to really focus on people with larger lines and really do your pitch the way you should do and not give a shit about the guy with the one line? The bottom line is, if you don't make the sale, period, you get no lines. So stop focusing on the lines, the byproduct, and focus on getting as many sales as you can. Then you're going to get some with one. You're going to get some people that have 20 lines. But if you don't know how to sell, period, you're not going to get anything. So it doesn't matter. So I find myself trying to revert back to that same type of thinking. It doesn't matter how many dollars you make. It matters that you can make a trade properly, you
It's
know?
the horse. It's the horse in front of the cart. It always is.
Yep.
I mean, by the way, love that doggy. Who is that?
Maria.
Who is that
He's
fuzzy
a
baby?
lot. Yep. And so is this thing.
Aw.
I mean, the Nerf wars that occur behind me while I'm trying to trade.
Let me see the Nerf
Like-
wars.
Say hi. Hey, come here.
He dipped
Walk
out.
up with me. Say hi.
Hello.
Oh yeah.
She's ready
See the
for
Nerf gun?
battle.
Yeah.
She's ready for
Nice
battle.
Nerf gun. I'm loving the
Yeah.
Nerf gun.
Santa should have approved that through me first because it's so loud. Oh my gosh. Anyway. All right, take your dog and go. Thank you. That's the 2-year-old. He's mimicking the 2-year-old because that's what he says. Okay. Anyway,
I love his hair, by the way.
dude, he cut it himself. Right now, if he hadn't cut his own hair, when he was, I think he was like 3.5, and he took the scissors to it, it'd be down to his butt.
That'd be awesome. That is awesome.
Okay.
He probably kept stepping on it.
Now, hold on. I have to yell. Sorry. Love y'all.
Alrighty. Did she just mute herself? She's probably screaming at the time. Oh man. But I want new traders to stop pressuring yourselves to have success so quickly. Take your time. Take your time. It is a slow grind. It is a marathon, not a sprint. That's the whole point of tonight.
Right. So, no, I don't yell, Dawn. I do get a stern voice. If I yell, they know, like.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But I purposely don't yell just so y'all know. Like, if I hit
the levels.
Level. Mm-hmm. Anyway, but I don't yell. I do take a stern tone if I need to. Actually, the quieter I get, the more concerned they are. But no, I just wanted to also talk about, the time. So it just depends on what you're looking for. You know what I mean? Like if you're looking for $2 a day, that might not take as long. You know what I mean? So it's about your goals and then also your commitment to those goals. But I think a lot of us in here are looking for, to be independently employed or not employed, I should say.
Financially free.
Right. And so
debt free.
Yeah, like I talked to you a little bit about my financial issues, and I'm really proud of myself today because I did not. Old me would have put the money that I need into the stock market today and been like, I'll just double this real quick, and then been like,
Right.
oh god, now I got, a quarter of it, or no, like a third or 2/3 of it. But
Yep.
no, I've literally listened today and watched and learned, and I will tell you, like, I have probably 4 pages of notes between the Zoom information, the mentorship, and then Bruno's class. Like, I think you learn more when you do step aside, and that's the commitment part. And it's commitment to yourself. It's not,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? And my
I do.
family, because I can't just throw away money. And not that I would throw it away, but when you're trading with your back against the wall, it's not a good look.
Yeah. It creates a sense of desperation that makes you trade in an entirely different way than if
Right.
it didn't matter.
Right.
And we both know that through experience because we've both been on both sides of that fence now. And I'll tell you what, it's a lot more fun to trade when you don't give a shit how much money is coming out of it. You know what I
Right.
mean? You
Yeah.
just want to get it right. And it's a lot more fun doing it that way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
But I think that goes back to the like paper trading successes that people have, because it's not real. You know what I mean? And like, there's just like, if I had traded, like, I could tell you today, if I traded today, I'd have made so much money. I didn't trade today, and I can't tell you I would have made money. Like, that's not real, because
mhm.
it's just so different when you're putting your money into it, and when you need money, it's different. Like, it's just totally different.
Well, I'm proud of you too for sitting on your hands and putting the money where it needed to go. It took
Right?
me like a good 6 months to a year of doing that for me to get myself get our bills back on track. And I'm proud of myself for doing that as well, Maria. We had to do it.
Well,
We had to do it.
but I want to tell you that I've learned it from you. Like, literally.
Aw.
No, I mean, not that
Yeah.
like, not that I'm just flip it with anything, because I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I've seen my money double in a day. So you have those months where you're like, oh, I'll just do this and it'll be fine. I'll be able to pay
Yep.
everything tomorrow. No, like, because then you force trades and you do stupid stuff, and you have a crazy bulldog. Anyway, but yeah, right, Palm?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The good days that I had this month, I used to catch my shit up. And while I don't have the money now, I can now move forward and not be like so strapped because things are caught up. You know what I mean? That's what I did with the good days. And instead of trying to retrade it, I literally hurried up and paid bills with it to keep myself from doing that.
Exactly.
There was a time when I would have been like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I can make more than that. With now I have more to make even more. No, take that and go ahead and get this caught up. You got plenty of time to be in that situation. Get this straight first. You know
Right.
what I mean? At least be trading stress free because you're not in the hole. Let's start from not being in the hole.
And so
And
part of
then
being successful is, I mean, the first part is learning, and and what's your breadth of knowledge so far in that learning, and then what can you add to it, and what do you know about yourself? Because I know that I personally have issues like, I guess it's boundaries, or like hopeism, or whatever. Like, I mean, I will literally, if I feel pressured, I make really dumb decisions. And so now I've
mhm,
learned, oh, I'm
most
pressured,
people do.
walk away. You know what I mean? Like, sit
Yeah.
on your hands. But it didn't mean, and my son today was like, Mama, I thought you took all your money out of the market. And I was like, I did. And he's like, then why are you sitting here? And I was like, I'm learning. I was like, look,
Nice.
I have 4 pages of note. And he was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, it's not about, like, it's just like when you're injured, son, and you go to football practice. It's the same thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
you still have to be there,
You see
know the
basketball
plays.
players sitting on the bench all the time that can't play
Right. You still
because
got
they're
to
out
know
injured.
what's going on and know the plays and know who you're playing against and learn, Anyway, so that's
At the
that.
end of the day,
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's not for everybody. If this is just something that just doesn't make sense, there's a lot of other ways to go about things. There's ETFs, there's dividend funds. There's a lot of other ways to plan for your financial future. Day trading is not the be all and the end all. And
Right.
there's just some folks that it's just going to be too much aggravation, and just for whatever reason it just doesn't click. For the same reason not everybody can be an NBA player or a senator or a congressperson or a CEO and blah 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 blah. You don't have to. It's nice to aspire to things. We talked about that in comparison the other day. If it's nice to aspire to be a CEO, but it doesn't mean that you can't be perfectly happy in a management job or a middle management job, and live in some aspect of that. So that's all.
Right.
That's all part of it.
Well, and for me, like I never have a large trading account. I do have like long term, IRAs or whatever, but I know that I'm committed to this, but I'm also committed to my family, and we just lost a shit ton of money in this hurricane, and so we're still in recovery period. I'll be back, but it doesn't mean I'm walking away. I'm still consistent. I'm learning. I am growing. It just
That's time
doesn't.
to learn.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
the
not saying
best.
anybody should be walking away or whatever. Don't get me
Not.
wrong. I'm just saying it's at the end of the day, it's just not going to be 100%. Nothing's 100%. So, but yeah, I mean, it takes persistence and it takes drive and it takes years, in most cases, and it takes just thousands of hours of screen time and practice. So
Resilience.
yeah.
And adaptability. So I heard the conversation at the end of the day today, Palm, about emptying your cup and like how do you do that? And somebody was asking you that. Um and but that's about adaptability. Like you have to literally adapt to the new, right? I mean, would you agree with that?
Well, yeah. I mean, and one of the hardest things to do is, like, a lot of people see as adapting as just taking new and piling it on to what we already are. And the whole thing with this trading system is, if you take what's here and try to integrate it into what you're already doing, it's not going to
Right.
work.
You're
And
right.
that's the whole empty the cup thing. So and you'll learn, the more seasoned you get at tackling new ventures in life. If you haven't tackled a lot of new ventures in life, that's okay too, because there's a lot of people that get in and they find a direction, they find success with what they're doing. There's no need to change it. They just keep growing and growing. But if tackling a lot of new ventures in life isn't something that you're used to, usually the first thing you have to do is forget everything you think you know and listen to somebody who does know. And that takes vulnerability. It takes kind of like putting your pride in check. It takes letting go of some ways of thinking and stuff. So it's a bit of a process, and especially when like we were, the person I was speaking at the end of the day, he just flat out threw himself out there. He's like, man, I struggle with this. It's like, well, you know what? That's the first step. It's saying that you're struggling with it and putting yourself out there.
You're right.
And,
So maybe it's vulnerability versus adaptability. I like what
it's
you
all
said.
part of it.
Because
It's all part of it.
adaptations are like creatures over time that morph into their environment.
Yeah.
So that's not necessarily like rebirth or regrowth, but being vulnerable to new. Yeah. Okay. Now I got to ponder all of this, Paul.
It's kind of like changes of the seasons. We adapt by changing our clothes. This is not that simple. This is like, forget everything you think you know about clothing for the outside, and because you're going to Mars, it's a whole different world. No doubt about it.
Yeah, that's super interesting. I hadn't really, I don't know. I guess, yeah, I just was thinking totally different. That's why I love this group, though. And that's what one of the gentlemen that was speaking to you in the afternoon, he was
Had to go to the bathroom. Thank you, guys.
He was in the Zoom chat, like asking questions, but they were a little different. And then he was like, I think the moderators are right. And I was like, I think we should always listen to the very successful moderators in this room. Like, I would never tell anyone that Palm or Richard or Bruno or David, or, you know what I mean? Like, we're surrounded by the best of the best. And that, I'm like, I know that anyone that literally is committed and consistent will be able to succeed with the leadership that we have. You know?
Hey, and we all make screw ups. Fact.
Duh.
Yeah, we all make screw ups. I make mistakes. Coach makes mistakes. David makes mistakes. And it's like, and when we do it, it's in front of hundreds of people, and it's pretty damn obvious. So, whether that's how we handle a question or whether we listen
I
carefully
like your
enough.
mistakes.
Right? I think you had a really great mistake.
I want to make
yesterday.
those kind of mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't completely unprotected. I was sliding a stop down, but damn, I
Right.
should have been paying a lot closer attention to that. But
So do you use the what's it called? The stop that moves.
Trailing
stop. Trailing stop on E-Trade. Do you use that?
only if I'm in shares, and only if it's something that it's moving slowly and I don't want to babysit. So
Okay.
I was using that with Riot today, and a couple others, because I just I wanted to jump around and do some other things, and they were in pretty good trends. And I figured even if I didn't maximize that trade, it was going in the right direction. I was in the green, so it was just kind of like whatever it landed on was.
I cannot do that jumping around thing at all, or multiple trades. One day I did try it, and I took a put and a call on two different, and I was so confused. I was like, "Wait, do I want it to go up or down?" Like I mind boggled. So I was like, "Never mind, back to one at a time." What's up, Pebbles?
Yeah.
Pebbles, what's up, buddy?
He's got his hockey jersey on.
Oh, no, I'm here. Thought I'd come on in and say hi. Well, I had another green day today, so that was a good thing.
Let's give him the bell. Good
That's
for
3
you,
in a row,
Pebbles.
so I'll take it.
Okay, way to go.
And
Gotta be feeling pretty good.
I played just 2 stocks. I played Ford, and just with stocks, Ford, and boy, that thing goes slowly. And,
Yeah.
it's like watching paint dry.
Yeah, so that's why Coach recommends it for people who are trying to really kind of hone in the skill itself, because it's so slow. But
2
yeah,
hours worth.
Yeah.
Slow. And I played AI as well, so
Okay.
that was a little bit better for speed. But it was 2 hours and in both of them, so I got a chance to really look at the candles and things. So
What do you say about the topic that we have tonight? Like, what do you think about success takes time? And have you ever found yourself in a position where you thought, well, damn it, why am I not getting it fast?
well, I know why I'm not getting it fast, but that's because nothing comes easy for me. So, but it just takes.
What would you say to new traders? Like,
Yeah.
because you obviously have a situation where you're like a tortoise. You remind me of the tortoise in the hare. You're like, okay, I'll get it. I'm taking my time and what would you say to new traders who are trying to rush it along?
I went to school and I went to college a long time ago, and there was a guy across the hall, and he said he was going to graduate in 5 years, and we all kind of wondered, why is he going to do 5 years? He said he wanted to learn it well, So just he graduated, I didn't, so it's probably proof in the pudding there somewhere, but at any rate, anything you do that you want to do well, it's going to take time. I don't care if you're playing golf or you have a new job. It's going to take time before you can do well in it. So this is just another job.
For
And,
sure. For sure. Well spoken. Well spoken. And I'm proud of you. Another green day, 3 days. We're keeping track. Hold on. We got it.
That's real money. I'm playing both sides. I got 2 games going on here: the real side and the paper side. I play them both every day.
So you practice with the paper and you do a little bit of the real trading.
Yeah.
That's how you should do it. Small position sizes. They add up.
Well, you know, I've got my my pot of gold. I divide it in half, then divide that by 3. So I've got can play 3 stocks during the day, and I only played 2 today. So the only thing I haven't done,
That is
you know,
awesome. That's so disciplined. I love that, Pebbles. I love the pot of gold reference too. And I know you have a gold bar sitting there.
yeah.
Have you ever played Ford before?
What?
Have you ever played Ford before?
No.
Yeah, it can be like watching like Ford has turned so many people off because of how slow it moves, but that's exactly why Coach recommends it.
Yeah. I'm not that good with Apple. I've only played Apple once, too. So, but it was hard playing it with.
Are you doing shares?
Huh?
Are you doing shares?
Just shares, yeah.
Okay, cool.
There's enough problems with shares. I step into anything else.
Do you do
Mechanically, I'm not
options?
fast enough yet, to do the option thing.
Ah, okay. Well, I wouldn't rush it. That's the theme of the show,
No,
right?
hey, I heard that some guy could make $1 million just doing shares, So why?
A couple of them
Can't?
have done it.
Yeah, Nate.
Couple of them. Shh, government cheese.
I don't really.
But yeah,
care.
a few of them have
That
done
would
it.
be nice, I suppose.
Quite a few of them have done it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I had a question.
Good question.
Yeah, this morning, Coach wanted us to go to X.com for something. Well, I went there and I couldn't figure it out what he wanted us to do there. All I looked at, it meant another password, and so I decided I don't want that.
Did you have a Twitter account
Huh?
when Twitter was? Did you go on Twitter when it was Twitter at all ever?
No.
Okay.
I haven't been on any of. I'm not even on YouTube. So, well, here. I am. I'm on YouTube, but I'm not on Facebook or anything.
Right.
So.
Right.
Pebbles, isn't your girlfriend in her 30s?
Pardon?
Is it your girlfriend that's in her 30s?
Yes, it's him.
Yeah.
Okay, then I think she could probably school you on some of this X stuff. I don't know. No?
She might not be doing it on purpose.
Well, she's.
Dawn.
You won't be
They don't all have a
my
brain.
ass. You won't be stalking her. She made sure of that. Keep your ass in the dark. I mean, I'm sorry.
We just took a whole turn, didn't we?
We did again. You had to say that yesterday. Oh man. Well, you know what, Pebbles, and maybe going into onboarding and asking Miranda and Arlo to kind of help you with that, or maybe we can, I mentioned
Is it important? Is it important?
I mean, it is for the growth of the company.
Yeah.
If we go over there and make some comments and just kind of get some interaction going, that's why he wants it. But if you don't know how to do it, it's understandable. But it's not a hard thing to learn. It's basically just like you would like you come on here and comment. That's all it's doing. You're just going on a different platform doing it. That's all it's doing. And you can put pictures in there and stuff like that. You'd probably like it. You might end up getting into some pretty decent conversations with some people.
I don't have time.
John?
Yes.
This is the only time I have.
Joe Pink needs to come on the panel. Like he just needs to come up here. We gotta work this out.
What's going on with Joe Pink?
I mean,
what did he say?
He's still, he's putting in the time, and he's here every day. So you can't say he's not. But he's still having the struggle with the success. So I don't know. I just really, I don't know. I feel like he's on the cusp though. Like he's been doing
he's got some direction. He's had one-on-ones with David and stuff. So I think he
Right.
knows what he needs to do with it. It's an internal struggle, and that's something that he's got to sort out. That's a lot of journaling right there. Just like most of us, myself included, by the way. I write in that damn journal every day, even if it's not much. It's like there's days where I've had wins and I've known that my processes are off. Kind of like not being attentive, because that easily could have gone the other way against me. So it's like, well, that was a happy accident, but God damn it, that sure could have cost me a shit ton too. So believe me, my comments to myself were not positive at the end of the day, and I was actually feeling pretty poorly about it. I know that
But
sounds
you
stupid.
had to stop in, right?
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, I wasn't focused on it. I had too large of a position for something I wasn't focused on. So,
And that
no,
could have been detrimental.
it's wasteful. I mean, I easily could have, simply gone on pause. Somebody else could have fielded questions for a few more minutes and stuff like that. And I got distracted. So my comments were about distraction, about how tight I was setting my stop. What was I paying attention to levels and stuff? All the same shit that everybody else is struggling with. It's just that it's just that when you put bigger amounts beside it, the consequences are bigger too. So I mean, it was a happy accident. I mean, it's like, well, that's pretty cool and all, but I've definitely had days where those have gone against me too. I mean, I easily could have gone, six
the
figures
same amount negative.
Or what if my stop would have broke?
Yeah.
Like the end of the day today, we had a big run to the upside. I was in puts. What if that would have ripped against me? Jesus, I can't afford to be that foolish. I mean, it worked out, but I can't afford to be that foolish in the future. So, yeah, nothing wrong with nobody in here. It's just we all have stuff that we got to journal about. So,
yeah.
Okay, well, Joe Pink says nothing is wrong with Joe Pink, and I wasn't saying that anything was wrong with Joe Pink. He said we're just down here conversating. Okay,
yeah,
you right. I love you, Joe.
yeah.
What? I didn't mean it like that.
Just fussing a little. We all fuss from time to time. It's all good.
Absolutely. But as long as it's healthy fussing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And doesn't turn, take a really, really negative turn.
Maria, how long have you been trading? How long have you been trading or investing in general? Like, how long have you had like a brokerage account?
Okay, so my parents trade, but they do like more swing or long term. So I've had an account for a long time. I got to be in charge of it, at the age of like 24, I think. My mom finally took off the restrictors, and but I've only been with ADT for, I guess, like a year and a half now.
Yeah.
And that's like my day trading. I honestly, swing trading was, I mean, I still do some swing trading in my IRAs, but not a lot. I mostly do drip on like dividends, but yeah, I lost my ass when I first came here. Like I took I got a little bit of an inheritance, and I took some of it out and I put it in, and I literally asked coach, like, what do you think? And he's like, don't put more in than you don't want to lose. Well, no shit. And I did, and I lost it all. But you know what? That is just like learning to ride a bike. I freak out with my kids riding a bike because I'm like, oh, God, you need elbow pads and helmets and knee pads and freaking shin guards. Like, what all can I put on you? But that's real, like,
yeah, it is.
that's learning.
Right.
And I haven't lost more. I'm actually still like dead even at my original loss, which was only like 2K. So I'm not upset with that. I feel like, okay, you got your, I paid for 2 master's degrees and a college education. So now I've also paid for this education, but I feel like that was kind of cheap, but I'm kind of cheap when it comes to life. But yeah, I'm just growing, and like I literally will set my stops tight, but I don't complain because it's learning for me. Like, I don't complain that I got stopped out. You know what I mean? Because I'm learning. And so I don't want to, I'm not trying to lose right now. And then before the hurricane, things were going really well. And then the hurricane happened and I needed to pay my employees. And so I took everything out. And then, yeah, that started over. And then back against the wall, I did, you know, like, it's just kind of a vicious cycle on that end. But I know that I got this. And I believe
sure you
that
do.
I have nothing but upward momentum.
That's cool. Yeah, the path to the top is not a straight line.
No.
That's a fact.
No, I used to work in the school system. So I was a teacher and then I was an administrator. And, well, no, then I was a teacher of teachers and then I was an administrator and then I got put back into teacher of teachers. And then, you know, and all the politics and all of that, I learned a lot. So I know that it's not like, there's no easy button, and that's okay. Like, I prefer the scrapes and the bumps and the bruises because you learn from those. If it was easy, everybody'd be doing it, or it'd be your mom. So it's one of the two.
Yeah, there's tempering involved. When you make metal stronger, you have to heat it up, right?
Absolutely.
You have to forge it in fire, and traders are the same way. Hey, Don, at some point in the future, I'm thinking there's something that comes to be relevant, and it's like people get their heads around one, and maybe we can have an aftermarket on think like a billionaire and the paradigm shift and the paradigm shift. So in order to shift your mindset, there has to be a paradigm shift, and we can talk about how those things occur and how to look for them.
When you want to do it?
Mondays and Tuesdays have been working out better for me. So
how about we start the week off with it? That way we can carry it through the week.
Next week we can maybe we can dovetail into a couple relevant points off of it. Sure. But the crazy thing is some of these trades, it's like, you know, when you're looking at the chart, none of it's making sense. Think like you have $1 billion and you're the one that moves that stock. And it's like some things just start to occur to you. It's like if I was a billionaire and I'm moving stock XYZ, right? And it's moving to the downside and I'm sitting there with 5 million shares of it and I can take 50,000 shares at a time.
Coach is here.
I can buy puts against it, and then every time the stock dips a little bit, you know, a candle drops down, I can sell 50,000 shares and knock it down another rung. And then when people start to buy it up, I can throw 50,000 more shares and knock it down another rung. I can make massive amount of money on my puts. And then when I'm done, I can cash out my puts and then just let it go. And traders can be desperate to buy it back up because I've driven it down. And it's like, if you can understand some of that mentality, you'll start to see why, you know, some of these moves happen the way they do. And then the other thing is
some of the profits and get in calls.
Yeah.
For when they buy it back up.
Yeah. And then, exactly, buy calls and then, you know, maybe repurchase those shares that you used to drive it down. Because all you did was sell them off at some previous tiers. Now you can just buy them all back at the bottom while everybody's shitting their pants, you know? So yeah, there's if you can, a paradigm shift is changing your whole perspective on something. And we can talk about that in another aftermarket and stuff, but, learning what perspective and what framework to view things in, that's all part of a paradigm shift, and we can also spend a little bit of time on that.
Sounds like a plan. So yeah, man, well, let's go ahead and because we started late tonight.
Yeah,
shout out to Bruno. That was an amazing workshop class. He went over some stock terms.
Hey, Don, Coach is down there.
Hey, Coach, what's up, brother?
Nice.
He said, listen to the words of wisdom coming out of Palm's mouth.
That's right. That's right.
I don't know about that, but sharing the few nuggets I got.
Listen,
Coach, I like the new rules video.
I listen. For sure.
I like the new rules video, dude. That's amazing. I think I'll play it again at the end here. That's awesome.
I love it.
It was very good.
Yeah. Bruno's brilliant. Bruno's absolutely brilliant.
He is. He is dipping and dabbing with the stream deck and all that.
He's trying to Don.
He went in great detail, consolidating the terminology and stuff so that we're all on the same page with some of that stuff. So especially if you're not very familiar with it, he went into great detail and defined all that. And he's got a very effective way of speaking that's an absolute joy to listen to. He's brilliant.
He's very concise, and there's no like, I don't know,
Fluff.
like me with all the like and the uhs and the I don't know. He's very to the point and concise. And tonight, though, he was talking faster than I think I've ever heard him talk.
He was talking faster than David, and that takes something. That's
I
saying
thought I had him
something.
on 2 times or something. And I was like, no, this is live. I can't
That's
do
why
that.
it's recorded.
Right?
You can hit rewind.
That's why there's the replay game.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
No, but I took notes, and I love that Richard chimed in. Like, I don't know, this community is just bar none the best place to be, and success takes time, and it's different for everyone because we all came from different places and we all started with different foundations. But like we've said, if you empty your cup, it'll be easier. But emptying your cup is not easy for everyone. Some people are going to pour it out more slowly, some people are going to pour a drip, and some people,
Some people have a ton of information that they can't really get out of there that easily.
Right.
So it takes that's
trauma.
gonna take
But some of it's not even information, it's trauma, it's life experiences, it's, you know what I'm saying, like, and so you have to empty all of that, and that's a lot. I mean, I'm probably pulling like 7 suitcases, and I got to unpack them all, you know what I mean? Like, you know how entering a new relationship is, you can't bring your past relationship with you, and that's just like this.
Right.
Yeah, think of it like
Absolutely.
the flu. If you've got some sickness from stuff that doesn't work, vomit it out, get rid of it, dump it all.
Detox.
Right? Get rid of it, purge, and do a little self-love and self-care, and then get into what makes your life go forward.
Listen, Palm, when you said that earlier today, vomiting is like one of my irrational fears. Like,
I'm sorry.
No. I just want you to know. I was like, I will not, Mom. I'll do anything else. I'll stomp it. I'll burn it. Whatever else you want me to do.
I was one of those kids in grade school when the first kid had the flu at school and the first kid puked and then the janitor brought in the sawdust. I was a chain puker. The smell of it was like enough to set me off. And I was like, oh no, somebody threw. I'm not even sick, and I barf because somebody else. I just heard the sound of it or something.
Yeah,
it's
sometimes, especially if you have like a weak stomach, because you know who else does that in our group? Christina. Somebody will say something, and you can hear her.
Oh, you can hear her. Even just
Yeah.
talking about the smell of something.
You can hear her doing that in the background.
No, I am like one of those people that I'm like, nope, doesn't bother me. Nope, I'm all set.
All right.
I'm good. But I
getting
feel
all
you,
the
Paul.
awfulness out. I think that's my cue. Thanks, guys.
No.
I'm out.
All right.
Yeah, man.
I love you, Palm. Love you, Pebbles.
Love you, man. Have a good one.
Hey, love you guys. We'll see
Thank you for
all in the
everything.
morning.
You're amazing.
Oh, you're welcome, honey. Thanks for coming on here and always contributing and helping out and reading chats and just being you, You, Pebbles, you, Palm, everybody down there in the chat. Love your faces. We're going to end with the new coaches rules as we normally do. And I want everybody to have a great night and a green day tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and get it back up here.
I have to go for an MRI on my shoulder tomorrow, so I may not be here.
We're going to say a prayer for that for you, Pebbles, and hopefully everything works out for that.
I hope everything goes well, Pebbles.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. Everybody have a wonderful night. Peace and blessings, and talk to you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Some of the rules. Okay, perfect question. You're asking the right questions. I like it already. I'm new here. What are the rules? That's what I'm talking about. Trade. What does that do? Keeps you from losing your accounts, right? Not hard. Paper trade only when you're a new trader. It makes sure you're not blowing up your accounts. You're not obviously ready for this. Am I right? Think about it. Every rule I have is not make money, it's keep your money. Don't trade in the first 3 minutes or the last 8 minutes of the day. It's the hardest time of the day. I've been doing this 33 years. It's very hard. I get chopped up all the time and I'm like, ooh, it looks good. Oh, it looks good. Oh, I'm going to do it again. Oh, stop. I'm doing it to protect you, right? If you're a new trader, don't trade in the first 30 minutes because it is the most volatile, right? Until we get the shift change when volume comes in again at 10 o'clock. Because why? The very beginning is like this. Yo, 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 yo. Typically, after the first 30 minutes, it will try to decide which way do I want to go today. I'm avoiding you getting wrecked, right? Last hour of the day is power hour, high volume, hedge fund managers making the things happen, trying to get markets to move the way that they want. I'm telling you to stay out of it. So if you're like, well, I keep getting burned up, why are you doing it? Right? Journal. It's for your own mental strength so that you can see what you are doing on a daily, consistent basis. That's all it is for. Did I trade it right or did I trade it wrong? What should I have done? What could I do better? That is what it's for, right? It's your homework every day. You guys can go back and review your trades and go over your journal and what should I have done right there and why did that not work out? It will help you, right? You're strengthening your brain and you're getting rid of your own stuff. Small position sizes. I say that because usually when you go in too large, your emotions take over. You're not trading robotically. You're not trading the trades. You'll end up blowing up your accounts, right? That's when we make a lot of mental mistakes. Is all the difference was we're going in too big. Let the runners run and stop out the losers. Again, notice the stop part is the most important. Stop out the losers so you don't continue to lose money. If you find yourself in these bleed out sessions, oh, well, I hope. Oh, it's going to come back. Oh, we'll see. Oh, it's coming down to support. Oh, it broke that support. Maybe this next, oh, stop. Draw a line in the sand. Use the stop. And then when you guys go green, right? You're like, oh, I'm up 100. I'm taking that. That's my daily. That's what I told myself. That's what I told myself. If I can make 100, I'm going to take that. It could have turned into 2,000. Why are you taking 100? Let the runners run. I notice I never said take all the runners off the table. Never said that. I've never said that in my life. We use the shedding technique. We collect as it goes. We take off as it goes because that way we are guaranteeing locking in realized profits. Remember, nothing is realized until you actually click, right, the sell button. All these rules are in place, ladies and gentlemen. They're there to help you. If you can't do these very basic things we talk about, right, how are you going to advance? Stop saying, woe is me. Stop saying, I don't get it. Stop saying, I'm not a good trader. I guess I'm never going to get it. Yeah. Because you can't follow my basic rules. They're there for a reason. Again, follow the freaking rules, right? And listen, I know when I get on you guys, I don't get to sell anything and I don't get to make any money. And it's just, I don't care. I need you guys to understand so that you guys can get ahead in life. This is what we're doing this for, right? So when I'm in this mode, right? And again, like, oh, I'm not listening to any of this. You need to listen to all this. This is where the secret sauce, this is the golden nuggets, not the coach, just call out that runner. That isn't going to do you any good, right? It doesn't matter. There's 8 million people in this room. We could call out stuff all day long. You could just hear us shouting stuff. That isn't going to help anybody. If you don't know what to do with it, what good does it matter if one is up or one is down? That means nothing to anybody if you don't know how to handle it. You might get lucky and catch a momentum and you're like, oh, I'm a great trader, and you just keep getting out 1,000,000 times. It's because it's been going in the same direction all damn day. Right? Can you duplicate it? Can you recreate the process every day consistently? This is all about consistency, okay?